Thank you, Mayor and Council, and good evening, everyone. I am going to share my screen. Okay, can you see
Yes, we can.
me? Okay, good. All right, so I'm going to go to the first slide. I just do want to wish everyone, listen, it's hard to wish everyone a happy new year when we're starting off the new year with so much going on in January. So let me just say welcome back, and welcome to January, everyone. A lot going on. This will be a shorter briefing. There's not a project update in this briefing, but I do want to just give you an update on what's going on in and around the community. And as a few of you have said, and as Dan Broder just recently mentioned, DPW crews have been out round the clock since Saturday. They are still out on the streets. We still have a lot of work to do. This is really a precedent-setting storm that we're dealing with. So let me just get started. Okay, and of course, this is January, and it is also Laura's last meeting with the city. So, it's such a bittersweet thing to say goodbye to someone who's been with the city for 13 years. We have a lot to share. We're going to continue to celebrate her. Here's the good news. She lives here in the city, so she's going to continue to be involved, and she's going to continue, we're going to continue to see her. It is really a great opportunity for her moving to College Park. That too is a really great city. Nothing like Hyattsville, but it is a good city. And I know this was a very difficult decision for Laura. We talked about it at length. So I do want to just acknowledge that we are going to miss her. They are getting a great assistant city administrator. They really are. Laura just has the highest level of integrity, professionalism. One of the highest compliments you can get is when your staff respects you and appreciates you. And Laura's staff really holds her in the highest esteem. So I trust her judgment. She's been a wonderful deputy for me. It's going to be very hard to replace her, but I have already told the city manager at College Park that he's getting a gem. And so we wish her the best. And again, we will miss her, but I'm sure we'll see her in and around the community. Okay, and then I want to move on to Jay Joyner. Jay continues to seek certifications, and once again, he did one of the most difficult certifications recently. Jay, for those who don't know, is our Director of Human Resources. He just recently completed the Public Sector Human Resource Association Senior Certified Professional. This is a certification that is for municipal government, for HR professionals in municipal government. He passed that. Again, it is one of the highest certifications you can get. And so we are fortunate to have not only a registered nurse on staff with Jay, but also someone that is certified and continues to seek all of those certifications so that he can serve not only the staff, but the city with excellence. So congratulations, Jay. All right, I wanted to just talk a little bit about the snow response before I just wrap up with some of the things coming up. Um, as you know, DPW, HPD, and our dispatchers, so when I say HPD, the officers and our dispatchers are all hard at work and have been hard at work since Saturday. The DPW crews came out on Saturday trying to pre-treat, but this really has been a very challenging storm. We have had storms in the past. I think 2016, we had this storm that was either 24 or 26 inches. And so that was tough. But again, it was snow. When you have snow that has ice on top of it, and I'm sure most of you who have gone outside or even tried to shovel know what I'm talking about. But when you have our pickup trucks affixed with snow plows and trying to lift that heavy ice, not only is it a challenge for many of the new people that we brought in, but even for the seasoned employees of DPW. And then on top of that, we've got to repair the trucks as they don't make it through some of the roadways. So I do want to just acknowledge Hal Metzler, who is our acting director, and our operations manager, Joe Buckholz, and our emergency ops officer, Reggie Bagley, and Aaron Jones, who has been fixing these vehicles round the clock. But it's been a very difficult task. We're still at it, and we're going to do everything we can to clear these streets the best we can. But I do want everyone to just understand that that this is a challenge for us. We have had 13 trucks out, as you can see there, in addition to the skid steer and wheel loader and a few other pieces of equipment to clear our sidewalks, some of our parking lots, some of our trails. They came in again, as I said, Saturday, and so we're going to continue to work. We've got plenty of salt left, and we've been helping some of our surrounding municipalities who are running out of salt. We have not, we've been asked by the county to help them with some of the county roads. We're doing what we can on some of the county roads because we need to actually traverse them to get to some of our city streets. So when I talk about that, I'm saying things like Bellcrest and Toledo Terrace and parts of Nicholson Street. So there's several roads that we are helping with Ager Road, Adelphi, etc. But we are not able to support the county, and they have called several times because they are only at 52% in their residential neighborhoods, dealing with some of the same things that we're dealing with. I'm going to go to the next slide and let Reggie talk about some of the emergency operations. Actually, Hal, I think this one might be yours. Reggie is sitting in the emergency operations meetings. Hal and I participate as we can, as does Leslie. So we are participating and listening in as we can. So, Hal, I'll turn this over to you or Reggie. I'm not sure which one.
Sure, I'll take that, Tracy.
Yep. Hal's up first. Yeah.
And just one correction: we did let the crews go home tonight, so they were here Saturday through Monday evening. Back at it today, and they'll be back at it tomorrow.
Okay,
So,
good.
yeah, so we just wanted to give so we get a lot of questions and a lot of comments from residents that uh, we haven't seen our street plowed, or we haven't plowed our street yet, or when are you going to plow our street? And we just wanted to kind of give everyone a quick update on kind of the process of how we clear streets during snowstorms, during and after snowstorms. So this very first slide, this is like what a street might look like during the snowstorm. We take some passes on it. We try to keep it open for emergency services and for our crews to be able to get around. But snow is going to continue to fall, and it might look covered. But you can see there's definitely some wheel paths that it's been some snow's been pushed to the side. So this has been plowed. It was plowed during the storm and got covered up again. We prioritize the roads based on a couple criteria. One is, if it's connects the city to other parts of the city or other major roads. So we look at the city arterials and the connector roads, and you'll see the list here. That's not all of them, but those are some of the more common streets. Nicholson will take you from Ager Road to Queens Chapel Road, and then from Queens Chapel Road to 42nd Avenue, and ultimately back all the way over to Baltimore Avenue. So that would be an example of like an arterial road. Jamestown Road is kind of a connector road because it takes you from Nicholson Street all the way down to Ager Road, which is a county arterial road. So that's our first priority. We got to keep all the main roads cleared, and then we work our way through into the neighborhood streets. So if you can go to the next slide, Tracy.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then after the storm ends, that's when we kind of go into the cleanup phase of operations. So the first thing we do is we prioritize providing one lane of passable access. And again, prioritizing the arterial connector roads first, and then working our way into the residential roads. So again, this is a great example. You can see that the road's been plowed. It's not fully clear, but a vehicle can get through here. And once we get all the streets to this kind of passable standard, that's when we move on to the next phase, which Tracy, go to the next slide, please.
Mm-hmm.
It's clearing intersections. So in this case, in some of the smaller neighborhoods, and because of the volume of snow we have, we brought in one of our contractors to bring in skid steers and backhoes, and they are actually scooping all the snow out of the intersections and putting it out of the way, putting it on the corners, putting it on the sides of the street, creating some snow banks that, excuse me, if needed to, we can come back and pick up after the storm event, or depending on what kind of impact they have, we might just leave them and let them melt naturally. Once we get intersections cleared, then we kind of move to the next phase, which next slide, please, Tracy. is the clearing the roads curb to curb. So this again is kind of a great example. We had to we had our contractor had to clear 31st Avenue because it was such a narrow road. So as they were there, they actually brought it, essentially curb to curb, got it all the way down to the asphalt. So this is the kind of the final step of the cleaning process and what we're working towards. So right now, most of the city is still in step 1 and 2. We're working on getting all the lanes, passable on all the streets, and we're also working on clearing intersections. Um, the step 3 will be after we get everything up done for 1 and 2, and will hopefully happen later this week as we continue to make progress on the cleanup.
Yeah, and okay, thank you, Hal. We are also working on technology and seeing if, I'm not sure if we'll be ready for this next snowstorm that is pending, but we're hoping we can get some technology. Hal has been talking with us about bringing in technology to be able to determine where our trucks are and where we are in the process so that people can log on and see that. So we think that might be very beneficial for the residents of Hyattsville. Reggie, I think this one is your slide, and just if you don't mind giving an update of what we've been seeing and hearing at the county.
Yes, good evening. Thank you very much for the opportunity to speak. This has been a joint effort, or joint storm, so to speak. It has affected Hyattsville, as we well know, but it's also affected Prince George's County at large. And daily, sometimes twice daily through the event, Prince George's County has hosted meetings so that we can all get on the same page. There is a meeting scheduled for tonight at 9 p.m. And that will continue until the snow emergency is over. There are a few highlights that have come from the meetings that I'd like to share. The County Emergency Operations Center was at full staff. It has now stepped back a little bit, focusing primarily on monitoring and sharing information and coordinating across departments. And Hal just talked about the Hyattsville streets. They're still working throughout the week. And Tracy mentioned earlier, the city administrator mentioned earlier that that the county roads are only 52% complete. She did indicate that the county requested that we try to offer some support for them, which we have not been able to do to the extent that they like, but we are able to support in our surrounding areas. Operation Silver Shovel, which some of you may or may not be aware of, but it's the county-initiated program whereby our seniors and those who are physically challenged and unable to shovel their snow can request assistance from the county, and that is a service that the county's been very proud of. They stepped up and did it. However, it has reached capacity, and they're unable to accept additional requests. They even had to bring in contractors to actually do it. So it's not something that the county can continue to support for this event. Hyattsville, however, is able to assist to some degree, and we're currently coordinating with HAP to try to round up some volunteers to help our seniors who are in need. Be mindful that the emergency shelters and warming centers are in operation, and those operations continue. The nearest locations to us are Rolling Crest Community Center and the Sports and Learning Complex. Now, oddly enough, a stat came out of the meeting earlier today that many people are not making use of the sheltering and warming centers, and we're hearing unofficially that a number of people are concerned about documentation and whether or not they need to provide documentation and what is the risk of actually staying in a government-run facility. And the county has made great efforts to make sure that people understand that that is not an issue, that is not a concern, but there is a very real concern amongst members of our community about that. County schools, as we know, are closed through Thursday, but meal support is being provided from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. At several schools around the county. The closest location to Hyattsville is Sonia Sotomayor Middle School, which is located in Adelphi. And lastly, would like to report that PEPCO and WSSC are only reporting minor outages, but none of them are in the immediate Hyattsville area. So that's the utility report that came from the county level, and I'm happy to answer any questions at the appropriate time.
Yeah, we just have a few more slides and then we'll be able to take questions. But as Reggie said, the county does continue to host these meetings, and so we're getting a lot of information about what's happening in and around the surrounding area. All right, I want to just highlight a few things that have happened recently before I turn over to close out. We did participate in a noise camera installation in University Park. Councilmembers Redmond and Nisbet attended that, and along with Senator Washington and delegates Williams and Martinez. And that was to install a noise camera. That was a University Park area. It's posted in University Park, along with and Senator Washington really advocated for that. But because it supports Hyattsville as well, we went out there to just kind of show our support of the new camera. We'll see how it works. We don't know a whole lot about the technology and how it's going to help, but we'll see. It's used to just identify loud vehicles and provide input on first offenses. So we'll see how that goes. We're going to track that. Chief has spoken with the University Park chief, so we're in collaboration. Okay, and we're continuing to do CPR training. Now, we had a training scheduled for tonight. Obviously, that was canceled. We will have another training. We don't know when that will be, but it'll be sometime next week. And again, our resident nurse, HR director, Mr. Joyner, will be the one facilitating that. Again, it is important life-saving training that our community has embraced. He's got 17 spots each time that he does this, and each time we get a full sign-up from our community. So we do know that our community is interested in this training. All right, community services has been doing a few things over the last 30 days. Sandra, if you're on, you want to talk quickly about what the youth and seniors are doing?
Sure. Good evening, everyone. Yes, we started the new year with the Youth Center, opened the programs with some cooking clinics. Where our youth are learning about different skills of how to cook in the kitchen, nutrition awareness, time management, safety, and hygiene while cooking. So we had several different classes with them. Next. We also partner up with Chase Bank to have a cohort or 4 different financial literacy classes. Currently, our students are learning about setting SMART goals and planning for them. So we canceled the class that we had for this week, but we will continue to partner up with them to teach the financial literacy. Next. In addition to that, we partner up with Catholic University of America, and we had around, I think, 30 volunteers who came and participated to do different activities. They did sensory toys for students, and they also did a craft book for our seniors, and around 119 Valentine's Day cards for our students at Hyattsville Elementary School. And they also did a couple TikTok videos sharing resources and motivational quotes for our students at the drop-in center. We also partner up with El Poder de Mujer, a nonprofit organization who donated around 25 different bags for families in need.
Thank you, Sandra. Chief is not sure whether this will be happening this Friday, but I do want to remind everyone that it is time for the polar bear plunge. Now, listen, they plunge, and I've actually joined them on occasion in frigid waters, but I suspect this is probably one for the books, and I don't know if they will postpone this, but if they do, we will keep everyone posted. If they do not, I do want to remind everyone the very important cause of raising money for the Special Olympics. And again, athletes really do benefit from all of our public safety agencies participating in this polar bear plunge. So more to follow on that. Right now, it's scheduled for Friday, and I don't think we've heard anything else about a change. Have we, Chief?
No, ma'am. As of today, they've announced that it's going as planned.
Okay. Well, I'm not sure who's going to be out there with you. It won't be me, but we'll see. Hopefully, you'll get a few of the officers out there.
We'll go on with you, Chief. I'll be there.
All right.
What, Mayor, you going? Well, if you go, I may have to bite the bullet here and go.
Yeah, I think that the council should go.
All right, I like it. Definitely the council president, but yeah, I
Absolutely.
like
Is there a doctor? Is there a doctor going to be there?
We're a defibrillator.
right. You probably need all of the above. Hey, my last slide here is just a quick equity update. Shakira's been just doing some great work. She and Laura have been working together. And I just wanted her to give a quick overview of some of the things that are going on because I don't know that we have highlighted some of these. And she has taken the lead with community services on the community conversations and any of our cultural programming. Shakira, I think you're online. Do you want to just address some of the things coming up?
Sure. Good evening, Mayor, Council, residents, staff. A few equity updates and then a little bit on the upcoming events. And so, as you may know, city staff from various departments have been participating in the Urban Institute and GARE Upward Economic Mobility Action Learning Cohort. This has been since January. Some departments that have been participating include admin, community and economic development, of course, emergency ops, and communications. In this time, we've worked alongside some neighboring jurisdictions in the DMV area, really in service to regional economic mobility efforts. And so for just a little bit of context, upwards of 140,000 households, that's about 41%, are below the ALICE threshold in Prince George's County. And so what is ALICE? ALICE is the United Way acronym for Asset Limited, Income Constrained, and Employed. Those are households that earn more than the federal poverty level, but less than the basic cost of living in the county. For households at and below the ALICE threshold, basically the cost of living really outpaces wages. And so while ALICE is a measure for those living at the edge, it's really no secret that, the current economic challenges are affecting people at all levels of the economic ladder. And so the purpose of the Upward Mobility Learning Cohort is just to gain some proven strategies for local governments to measurably and substantially boost economic mobility from poverty and up all rungs of the economic ladder, just so that people can achieve a reasonable standard of living, live with dignity, and really exercise the power that they have over their lives. And so on February 26th, our group of staff members from the city will participate in a symposium presentation day where we'll share a bit about our project, which is the Idea for Business Incubator project, revamping on the second floor. And we'll be sharing alongside neighboring jurisdictions as they share their visions for promoting economic mobility in their cities. And so if any council members, mayor, other staff persons would like to join in and listen in on that, that'll be on February 26th, and you can always reach out to me. In terms of Hyattsville Cares and homelessness, just want to update you all that the staff has completed the National League of Cities Local Solutions on Ending Homelessness learning cohort. And that was basically a learning group, national learning group that gathered to just gain a greater understanding of the homelessness crisis at the federal and local level, and how cities can work with partners to gain funding, shape solutions. And so coming out of that experience, staff are nearing completion of an updated administrative procedure regarding homelessness encampments in the city. And so council and residents can look out for an overview of this at an upcoming city administrators update. And so likely next meeting or the one after that. And then finally, as you might know, Dewberry engineers are nearing the end of their analysis of the city's data collection and governance practices. And so just as a reminder for some background, the purpose of this analysis is to help the city modernize its data landscape so that ultimately council and staff can make more data-informed decisions. And so out of this project, Dewberry engineers have been working in conversation with myself and the GIS team for the creation of an equity mapping dashboard that overlays data from the resident satisfaction survey in some key areas with census demographic data alongside various equity, economic mobility, and housing access related maps. And this should be completed soon and will be a very helpful tool for council and staff. So you can look out for more on that when it is wrapped up. And then finally, in terms of some upcoming events, I'm really excited for both of these. There's the Community Cultural Conversation Series, and as well as a Black History Month event. In terms of the Community Cultural Conversation Series, that is resident-led by residents Kelly Borello and Claire Cersei and Julia Gasper Bates. And the theme of this upcoming conversation will be connecting together through common ground. At such a contentious time, it's really important to have people of various backgrounds come together in community. And that will be on February 5th at the City Building from 6:30 to 8:30. From 6:30 to 8 p.m. And then there's, in celebration of Black History Month, we'll be hosting Our Stories, Our Strength, Preserving Black History Through Genealogy. And that will have presenters from the Prince George's County Afro-American Genealogical and Historical Foundation. It will be so interesting, I believe. They'll share about accessing and archiving hard-to-reach family histories and highlighting some of the work of the Prince George's County Lynching Memorial Project. That will be at the City Building on February 11th at 6:30 p.m. Both of those require registration. So please, if you're interested, do join in. And I also just wanted to add in terms of the Dewberry Data Analysis Project, Dewberry will be presenting the results of that project to council in the coming months. So you can look out for that as well.
Thanks, Shakira. That project, the project leads, while we have had some representatives from all of our departments, the project leads have been Shakira and Laura Reams. With Laura's transition, Nate Grondike is going to step in, and so he'll work with Shakira to keep that project moving. Very, very important, very good information that they're presenting and that they're assisting the staff with. And ultimately, again, being able to make more data-driven decisions, particularly as it comes to financial and spending, are going to be very, very helpful to us as we move forward. So it's really a great effort that they've all put in. Okay, and so I'm just going to end with some committee meetings. Of course, the one tonight and Thursday are canceled. Board of Supervisors is still scheduled for Tuesday, February 3rd. And the Shade Tree Board is still meeting on Wednesday, February 4th. Some of our weekly offerings, again, everything this week has been canceled, but free Zumba classes are on Monday and Wednesday. And that's really getting a big turnout, a lot of people coming out for that. Creative Minds is at 10 to 11:30. Hyattsville is home art class, Tuesdays 10 to 12. Seated exercise class for older adults is Wednesdays 10 to 11. And Mentes Creativas is Thursdays 10 to 11:30. And upcoming events, diaper distribution was supposed to be held this week, Friday, I believe. That is going to be rescheduled. We will push that out. I've already mentioned the Plunge Cultural Conversation. Shakira just mentioned Night Owls is on Friday, February 6th. Mini Camp Spanish Immersion, that's on Saturday, February 7th. And Invasive Vine Removal on Saturday, February 7th as well. Mayor and Council, that's all I have. So I'm going to stop share so I can take your questions. But before I do, this is Laura's last meeting, and so her last CA update. So can we just show her some love and give her a hand clap if you don't mind? Thank you. Thank you, Laura, for all that you've done. We are definitely going to miss you.
Thank you, everybody, so much. I really appreciate it. And I'll miss everybody here, and I'm very grateful for all of the time and experience. And Hyattsville is still my home and will always be my home. So thank you.
Don't cry.
I'm trying not to. I still got to present later. So
She does. We got to hold it together. Hold it together.
That's right.
Mayor and Council, we're ready for your questions.
Okay, I see hands up already. Ms. Wazak.
Yes, thank you. I was just wondering if Reggie could give us a briefing about the essential water alert from WSSC so that folks know exactly what that means and how they can help out with it.
And first of all, I appreciate the heads up to give me time to get my answer together. So thank you very much. Yes, and I'm happy to do that. Effective today, January 27th, WSSC did issue an essential water use alert. And basically what they're asking the public to do is to eliminate outdoor water use, which probably goes without saying, but to minimize indoor water use to those areas that are essential. They're not asking us to not use water, but some of the suggested practices are to hold off on the dishwasher until the dishwasher is actually full, and to make a good conservative choices in terms of water usage. And the reason for that is they want to prevent water main breaks. When temperatures are low like this, it puts more strain and use on the water system overall. And then on top of that, people are home more. So during the day, when more people are concentrated in areas, of course, there's more water usage, which runs more water through the system in a concentrated area, and that is that's what sometimes promotes water main breaks in our aging infrastructure. Another thing that happens is that they want to be able to maintain water pressure so that in the event there's a fire or an emergency or something like that, if water is overused in an area, then there's not enough water pressure coming through the designated hydrants to be able to fight a fire or to deal with those types of emergencies. So again, there's not a boil water alert in effect, which would become the case should the water pressure go down so low that water has to come in. Water has to come in from other places in the system, and they would ask us to boil it because it picks up sediment and so forth on the way in. So to maintain the proper pressure levels and basically to keep the system intact, they're asking the public to maintain essential water use.
Okay, no more showers, folks.
It's not quite that bad yet.
Thank you, Reggie. Yes, I appreciate it. And I was going to say to Shakira, I hope that Nate can send out all of the great events that you have coming up when he sends his email of events to council, because they sound really important and meaningful. Thank you.
Okay, Mr. Solomon.
Thank you to staff for the outstanding work that was done with clearing the snow from the storm. My first question is just, how is everybody? Like, I know you guys were focused on making sure that we could get out and onto sidewalks, but just how are you all? Is there anything that we can do to alleviate any concerns that you guys may have or difficulties that you all may be having?
Thank you for asking that question. Hal, I'll let you and Chief respond to that, since you all are the ones that have the emergency ops staff in the office. But I will say that I don't know when Hal is sleeping personally, because he's on the phone with us early morning and late night. So, Hal, when you answer for yourself as well, please.
Yeah,
Of course.
If we need to get coffee over there, if we need to get food, or what do we need to do? How can we help?
Well, I do appreciate the offer. I think we're all set right now. We've got a pretty fully stocked selection of snacks for the crews, and I bought several pounds of coffee over the weekend. We actually don't have a ton of coffee drinkers on the staff right now, so
Okay.
I think they only made 1 or 2 pots the whole weekend.
Wow.
But things are going well. We're trying to get to all the see click fix items. We're working our way through all the calls, the emails we get. So yeah, just have you yourselves, your residents, just work on keeping your sidewalks clear, and we'll do our best to keep the roads clear and try not to put too much back in the way.
Thank you. And I appreciate seeing you here. I appreciate knowing that you still have your beard and mustache. For a second, I thought Danny had robbed you. But glad to know you're all right. My second question is, who's reviewing the update, the city administrator update once Laura leaves, to make sure that it's meeting our time objectives?
Well, I have assigned that to Jay and Sandra. So those are going to be my two sidekicks on this city administrator update. In fairness, we did start 10 minutes, well, maybe 5 minutes late. But I will work on it. I will tell you though that I am going to have to include some projects in the next meeting. We got a lot of projects going on. You guys need to know about the multi-generational center. Like, there's things I've got to update you on.
Yeah,
So
no,
I'll do my
it's all
best.
good. Yeah.
Well, I don't know why Laura can't do the same thing for us while she's down in College Park.
I don't either, Mayor. Let's ask her.
Yeah, and just finally for me on Laura, I know that we're going to have a celebration, but I just wanted to say a couple of words publicly because you've just meant so much to the city. And I think that in addition to losing an incredible resource, we're losing an incredible friend. For much of your career here, you were clerk working very closely with the council. And in that capacity, some tumultuous times with council members, but I must say, you have always been a beacon toward excellence. And your private councils to each of us as individual members, I think helped, as well as your public professionalism. I think that wherever you go, you're going to be a service to whichever council you're working with, whichever mayor you're working with, whichever municipal government. I'm glad to know that you will still be close, but I am deeply saddened to know that you are leaving. I think I've said it to you before. It feels like we've grown up together here on the Hyattsville Council, and to know that someone so extremely close is leaving is saddening. But I am all in support of you making the right decisions for your career and for your family. And I wish you nothing but the best. So thank you so much for everything that you've been for our city.
I just want to say thank you so much, Council President Solomon. I appreciate that. And remind you and Kelson that I am still a resident of Ward 5. So you may be hearing from me.
She'll be giving you complaints now. Chief, I don't think that Mr. Solomon meant to leave you out when he asked, what help you can get. Okay, and I saw you come on, so you get a chance to answer that question.
That's all right, Mayor. I don't know about DPW, but all the coffee drinkers must be in the PD. I think we've drank a couple hundred K-cups over the weekend. But no, staff were well taken care of, and they band together and take care of one another. We had Chipotle for them over the weekend, so they were well fed. But no, we're good. Like Hal said, just we appreciate the patience from the community, and if people need help with their sidewalks, things like that, that all comes down to safety. Reach out to those resources from the county. But other than that, we're good. Thank you for thinking of our staff, though.
Okay,
Thank you.
Mr. Nesbitt.
There we go. Found a mute button. All right, just want to say a couple things real quick. Laura, you'll be missed. I apologize. Will not be at you to see you off and everything, but you will be missed. To the council, I apologize. Laura lives in Ward 5, and she's leaving because I made it to the council as a Ward 5 representative. So I apologize. She's leaving, and it's all my fault. For everyone, or for Hal and Chief, also, if there's some sort of after action report or anything like that, I would love to just read it. And I really want to understand, what resources do you need? What should we prioritize so that you can have what you need to be as successful and as effective as you can be? So that's really the question that I would like to ask. And then my final thing is, I believe that all of council and staff should be doing the polar bear plunge. I will be jumping into the ocean myself, but I'll be in Miami. So, all right, guys, take it easy.
I was going to say, you've got to lead the way if you're expecting us to do it. Yeah.
Well, thank you, Mr. Nesbitt. And, I'm pretty upset with you for chasing Laura out of here. Ms. Straub.
So again, thank you to DPW and HPD for giving essential workers rides to work, and all the work that everyone's been putting in. I think having that extension on the sidewalks cleared is great. But I do know several of my neighbors who still haven't been able to dig out. So I think there's been some chatter, I guess, about that deadline, and I just wanted to sort of ascertain, because like with the ice, with this particular storm and it being much more difficult to shovel out, that I guess maybe some sort of assurance that code compliance is not going to come and just start ticketing people. But the point is to make the sidewalks accessible for people who need them.
Well, the streets aren't cleared yet, so they won't be able to get out there. Anyway, I'm sorry, Ms. Douglas. Go ahead.
No, I was just going to say thank you for bringing that up. We absolutely did extend the timeline. We expect we're going to continue extending it. And as Mayor said, we've got to get the streets cleared. But we recognize any of you who have been outside know how hard this has been to clear your own sidewalks. So we understand. So the code compliance has been realigned under Jeff effective next week, but he's been working with them directly. So we will continue to get information out to the staff, to the community regarding clearing sidewalks and whether anyone needs any help. But thank you for bringing that up. Hal, anything to add to that, or Leslie?
Yeah, I was going to add, I know Jeff and I spoke earlier, and we spoke with code. The code compliance is going to primarily concentrate on like the business district areas, the multifamily homes. They're not. I think, as the mayor mentioned, they're not really going to be able to get into all the neighborhoods. They're not here to chase down everybody that hasn't shoveled. So it's they're gonna start with kind of the big main areas and then work their way through. So it's you probably won't see them quite right away on your street.
Thank you.
I want to remind residents to be safe, because if you're walking on roads that haven't been shoveled, on walkways that haven't been shoveled with your dog or with your kids, it is dangerous. So it's a delicate balance that we've got to. Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah, I just wanted to remind everybody that our priority is safety and not ticketing people.
That's right.
Ms. Riddle, you want to add something?
So I think just to echo Tracy's words, this was a very serious snowstorm, not even a snowstorm, but a sleet storm and an ice storm. If you've delayed your removal, it's going to be even harder. So I think that Public Works has done a yeoman's job trying to get this removed, and that we do need to give grace to some of our residents as far as trying to get this off their sidewalks.
Thank you. Thank you. Ms. Lee?
Hello, good evening. I just wanted to come and say thank you so much to the Department of Public Works and our city administrator, Tracy. Thank you so much for taking the concerns that I reached out about. I just saw how not too long before the meeting coming through the neighborhood to check on the neighborhood, and I really appreciate that, and the residents do as well, taking those concerns and just making sure that in light of everything going on, that the streets are okay. And so I truly appreciate that. Also, I wanted to ask Shakira for the equity update, the Urban Institute Upward Symposium. What time would that be on the 26th?
Hi, Councilmember Lee. This will be an all-day symposium, so I would say about 9 to 4. I could could reach out to the leaders and find out what time our specific presentation is. But if you want to stay all day, it would be 9 to 4.
Okay, thank you. And then also, I wanted to say thank you so much to Laura. When I registered to be a candidate, she was the person I registered with, and she was just very welcoming and helpful. And this has always been that for me in the city. And I also want to let you know that I ran into the city manager of College Park at a meeting, and I let him know, please take good care of you, because we love you and we will miss you. So let me know. Thank you.
All right, Mr. Haber.
Thank you, Mayor. I guess, where should I start? DPW is a shorter one. Thank you for your hard work. I know it has been a tough 3 days, still going. It's not over yet. But, the streets are being cleared. Residents are happy. I know it's challenging, but we trust in you and we have faith in you that you guys will pull it off. So thank you, and please extend our thank you to your staff. Laura, I was gonna not say a word, but I guess I need to say something. You know, we have grown together here in Hyattsville, in the city council. You know, we came in almost around the same time. We have seen the changes that the city has gone through. A lot of that thanks to you. Some people raising it at home, they might not know, but a lot of the innovation that we have come up with, putting Hyattsville on the map, making sure there's creativity, boldness. I know a lot of initiatives have come from you, so I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart. You know, I know this wasn't an easy decision for you. You do love the city. You're still a resident of Hyattsville, so I know it's not a decision that you made lightly, but it's not the end of the chapter. I do have faith that you know, we'll see you back at some point. We'll see you definitely around the community. You're always invited to come to the World 4 Day Pig Roast event. Yeah, yes. I hope to see you around, and I'm happy. I'm thrilled. It's there again, lost, but you know that College Park is, you know, they'll be in good hands with you as a assistant city admin. But thank you for everything. Thank you. I do appreciate you.